Green, and welcome back to Living in the Go. So today I'm talking to you about money basics, and I've talked about this ad nauseum, I'm sure, but there's always something new or interesting about it that I like to share with you. So in talking about the basics right now, I was looking at some information and it was saying that financial literacy is on a decline, even though people have a lot of credit card debt, a lot of personal loans, still doing payday loans, all those kind of things. People know so little about financial literacy that it's scary actually. And so my question I'm posing is, what do you know about basics? A survey was done where they gave people a financial literacy test, and out of all the people who took the test, only 34% of those people actually passed, which means like what, one out of three passed the test. Not only that, but they passed with 4 or 5 questions. So I'm asking myself in terms of where are we falling short in terms of helping people understand about financial literacy. I know they don't teach it in the schools, but when you're doing your basics in terms of how you're managing your everyday life, what do you really know about financial literacy, and are you trying to learn about it? I'm trying to think in terms of what would be holding people back from not learning more about it. And one of the things that I thought about was that maybe people feel a little bit ashamed not understanding how money works, and then they don't want to ask a question about it. Well, what happens when you feel ashamed about it and you don't ask questions, you make more mistakes and you lose more of your money. It's better to own it and say, I don't know a lot about it. There's so much information out there now online, on YouTube. I have a whole video I did that's over 30 minutes long talking about financial literacy and giving you those fundamentals. So don't be afraid to reach out to get help. You don't have to have it from a person, because there are things on YouTube that you can find that will help yourself to learn more about financial literacy. There are books that you can read. So don't let your fear keep you from having the information that you need to be more successful. The other thing is that there are apps out there that you can use to help you with your finances. If you're not good at budgeting, you can find so many things out there that will help you track your money, because that's one of the biggest things, tracking your money to make sure you know what you're doing. And you don't want to compete with others financially. Sometimes people will be talking or bragging about all the different things they're doing. You really don't know what they know. And what they're doing may work for them, it might not work for you, because it's not the strategy that you need, because only you know your financial situation. So in terms of the basics and the things that you need to know, and if you don't know these things, get help, reach out. So the first thing is how to bank. It may sound simple, how to have a checking account and a savings account, but believe it or not, a lot of people don't know, because when you get an account, you want to make sure that there are not a lot of fees. You want to make sure that the interest is good on your checking account, because there are some checking accounts that actually give you interest back on them, so you want to check into that. Same thing with savings. So you want to know how to bank, you want to know how to budget your checkbook to make sure that you're not going over and having overdraft fees. Other thing is budgeting. And sometimes people think, you don't need to budget. Well, even rich people budget, because you got to know where your money's going. You got to allocate it in the right buckets. And then that will also help you determine if you don't have enough income coming in or your expenses are too high. Budgeting shows you all of that, so you want to use that. The other thing is handling debt. So how do you handle your debt? Do you ignore it? Do you let it go away? Do you wait till it's so high that you feel like you got to have a bankruptcy because you can't pay it? Well, you have to understand how debt works so that you can handle it appropriately. So debt could be personal loans, credit card debts. You want to make sure that you know how those work so that you can use them appropriately. I'm not saying don't have a credit card, because I have credit cards, but I use them appropriately. I pay them off each and every month so that interest doesn't accrue on it. And the last thing for your basics that you need to know is investing. Everybody should be investing. If you're working, you should be putting money in and towards your future. But investing is the best way to get rich quick. So you want to learn how to invest. And I actually have a video, 30 minutes long, talking about investing. So you know the basics, the fundamentals on how to invest, what investing means, what's the difference between stock and mutual funds, all those kind of things. So look up the information, because it'll be helpful to you. Again, if you don't want people to know, that's okay. There's a lot of information out there online for you to do that. So a little bit of information, hope that helps. Thanks so much and have a great day.